Good evening. I wanted to tell you about the book that I'm currently reading, which is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This is a crime fiction book. I'm not sure if it's officially classed as a thriller, but I definitely do feel thrilled. This is how far I am in the book. So I think I have about 50 pages left. I don't think I'm going to finish it tonight just because I think it's a bit scary. Well, I don't think it's scary, but I think it has the potential to be scary, and it's just not the kind of book I want to read right before bed. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish it very soon. I will let you know what I think about it. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I think crime fiction, thriller books, that's not what I usually read, just because I think I really have enough trouble sleeping, but I am really glad that I decided to start this. So it was lent to me by my housemate. She really enjoyed it, she really recommended it, and I love reading books that my friends have recommended to me, so yeah, I picked it up as soon as she gave me her copy. It's about a reporter from Chicago who goes back to her small hometown to report to murders of young girls, and it's kind of about like rehashing all of her troubles and traumas from when she grew up there. So yeah, I think it's quite a typical, big city reporter goes back to her hometown and she's haunted by her childhood, but I think it's written in a very beautiful way for something that is, a real page turner. And I know every book is a page turner, but for something that reads so easily, it's also written so beautifully. So I think that is a real testament to it being a good book, and I am really enjoying it. So yeah, hopefully I'll finish it soon, probably not tonight, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I ended up finishing this book the next evening. I gave it 4 stars. I think it was very well written, very gripping. I think it's very accessible, regardless of if you usually read these kinds of things. But I do think the ending was quite predictable, and I thought the characters were a bit unrealistic at times. So yeah, I would recommend it overall. My dog is on the floor right next to me getting back rubs, so if you can see my arm moving, it's because my dog needs to get her cuddles. I've been in quite a weird place with reading recently. I don't read particularly quickly. I'd say it takes me 10 days to get through a book at my best. I just finished Sharp Objects, which took me 7 days, which is very good for me. At my worst, it took me 3 months to read an 150-page book. I'm not proud of it, but I think it's just hard to make time for reading and to really enjoy reading when you have a lot of other things going on. So me at university, I have to do so much reading as part of my degree that sometimes it's not really how I want to relax after working for ages, which I'm sure a few people can relate to. I also haven't been having the best time at university, so I'm currently back home. I'm here for about a week just because I've been struggling, and I think that's fine. I think a lot of people kind of pretend like they're not struggling and yeah, everything's great. I haven't really felt like that, and I don't want to pretend like I have. That's my dog leaving. So yeah, I am gonna try make time for the things I really enjoy doing, like reading. Also the reading challenge, I'm currently on track. So my reading challenge this year is 25 books and I've read 20, and it's like the end of October now. So I do have enough time, I'm on track. So yeah, I think I'm trying to like take care of myself by reading. It's something that I enjoy doing and it's something that relaxes me. Also, it will help with my reading challenge, so that's the plan. I wanted to tell you about the books of the week. So this is the first one, which I've already read. I finished it yesterday and it was good. Yeah, so I can just put that aside, and then I'll tell you about these 2 books which I want to read in the coming days or weeks, because like I said, my book rate is not good enough that I'm going to read both of these this week. I mean, maybe I will, and if I will, then I'll be very proud of myself. So the first book is Slow Days, Fast Company by Eve Babitz. I actually have started this book. I have this much left, so I have about 40 pages left. Eve Babitz is a writer from Los Angeles, I think around the 70s. Yeah, the 60s and 70s, and she's quite well known for kind of dominating Los Angeles in the 60s and 70s. Her and Joan Didion both wrote in a similar place at a similar time, but they did write very different things. So this book is kind of a collection of stories it's kind of like a memoir. It's like a collection of stories from Eve Babitz's life that she's recounting, and I think she's got the most beautiful writing style. Just undoubtedly, every word on the page has such power and such belonging. I think, yeah, it's very like concise writing, but very impactful, and I am mesmerized. I love it. I really want to read more Eve Babitz after this, but yeah, for now I should probably focus on finishing this book. Like I said, that's my dog barking. Like I said, I have almost finished it, so hopefully I can finish it this week. I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful, so I can't see anything changing in the next 40 pages. I love this book. Yeah, even in the book, they do say something. Yeah, in the end, it doesn't matter if Babitz ever gets the guy. She seduces us. True. Very true. And the other book I have on the agenda for this week is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. So this book took over Bookstagram. I've seen so many people posting this cover, probably because it's a very nice cover. It's a very, very nice cover. And I know there's another book called Checkout 19. I think the number's 19. And like the same artist did the cover art. And they're both beautiful covers. So I've seen it everywhere. And that is why I decided to pick it up, because I'd just seen it everywhere. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if people recommend it, but I kind of like that. I like that I'm going in blind to this book. It could be amazing. It could be awful. I can understand why people like reading loads of reviews and like reading loads of descriptions about a book before they read it, because you'll know, you can kind of gauge how much you're going to like the book. But I think it's also nice sometimes to go into it blind. Like, I know the cover's nice. I think it's set in New York. Maybe it's not. Yeah, it's set in New York, and that's all I really know about it. And I'm kind of happy about that. So also, why does this book look so big? Like, compare these, but like they're not dissimilar word counts. This is like 160 pages, and this is like double maybe. But yeah, it's a lot bigger. I'm excited to read it. I haven't read, this sounds weird, I haven't read like a hardback book in probably years. I don't know why. Every book I have is paperback, so that's also nice. Like, that's a different experience. Yeah, so these two are what I have to work with for the rest of the week. I say week, like that is not a fixed time. But yeah, these are the ones that I want to read next. I'll probably keep you updated on how they go. I don't know. I don't really know what I want a reading vlog by me to look like. I know that I want to make them. I love watching reading vlogs so much, but I think watching something and then creating your own version is such a different experience. Yeah, so if there's anything you think would be like a good content in a reading vlog, like I know I personally really enjoy like time lapses of people reading, or like clips of people reading. Maybe no one else agrees. Yeah, but these are the books. I think they're both quite pretty as well. So this is my second time recording this, whatever I was trying to do. I recorded something and then I just rewatched it, and I know I'm feeling not the best, like mentally and internally, but God, it really shows. So I'm trying again. It's Thursday today. I think it's like 10 a.m. I don't know. But I've had a good start to the morning. I had a shower, I washed my face, I got dressed, That's really good for me. That's really good for me. I know there are some people that do that every morning and it's nothing for them. But like I said, I'm not feeling my best, so I'm really taking that win. Yeah, I'm also planning on spending the day doing uni work, so not very exciting, but I'm behind. I think part of like running away back home and not going to any of my lectures does mean that I'm behind, sadly. So yeah, I'm going to spend today doing uni work. I'm just going to interrupt myself because that shot was not in focus. I want to finish this book today is what I was saying. So I read one of the stories last night, which means I have only one left. Yeah, I have 25 pages left, so I can definitely finish it today. I love how low my expectations are for myself, but yeah, I can read 25 pages in one day, so I'm going to finish it today. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think the fact that I so thoroughly and consistently enjoyed this part of the book, the first 136 pages, I know that I'm going to feel the same about the final 25 pages. I was looking at people's reviews on Goodreads of the book, and I'd say it's quite a well-liked book. It's hard because I would definitely recommend this book. I wouldn't doubt myself. Is that what I was trying to say? Like I wouldn't hesitate. That's what I was trying to say. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this book. But looking at Goodreads, I can see that I'm, not everyone thinks the same thing as me, which is very normal with books and book reviews. I think that's why it's important to see what loads of people think. I also think it's kind of nice when you find a booktube or you find someone online who has the same, I was gonna say the same type. It's like the same taste in books, right? Because you say type about people. But yeah, people that like the same books as you, because then when they like a book, you can kind of assume that you'll like another book. I've talked too much about gauging interest in books, but yeah, I don't even know what I was trying to say when I started this, but I am going to finish this today. And I'll tell you what I think. My predictions, even though I'm almost finished, my predictions are that I'll give it 5 stars because I just think she writes in such a mesmerising way. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, I can't see that changing, to be honest. So yeah, I actually just noticed that Goodreads has a quotes section. I'm going to see if there are any quotes I want to read out to you. Here's one. I felt luxuriously involved in an unsolvable mystery, my favourite way to feel. And this other one is something that I remember having read, like at the start of the book. It's one that really stayed with me. I did not become famous, but I got near enough to smell the stench of success. It smelled like burnt cloth and rancid gardenias, and I realised that the truly awful thing about success is that it's held up all those years as the thing that would make everything alright. And the only thing that makes things even slightly bearable is a friend who knows what you're talking about. Yeah. People think you should be in love with other people or your work or justice. I've been in love with people and ideas in several cities and learnt that the lovers I've loved and the ideas I've embraced depended on where I was, how cold it was, and what I had to do to be able to stand.